Hey, I have here the final product sample of the Reaper Division Legionnaire by Foxforge Toys. Let's take a look. I want to give a big thank you to Foxforge for sending over this figure. This is a final product sample. It's what people are going to get if you pre-ordered it. It'll be shipping in October 2022 or arriving around that time. I was just sent a sample figure to do a review and give my thoughts on it and, you know, show everyone what kind of figure they'll be getting later this year. So thank you again to Foxforge Toys. If you like what's going on here, leave a thumbs up, share this video with friends who you think will find this video important, and of course, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the figure. Let's get this opened. So before I unbox and get to this figure, let's take a moment to appreciate the packaging. Again, for me, I'm a big packaging fan. It's part of the entire experience of opening a toy. We have +8 over here, logo, plus the Foxforge Toys logo on the top right-hand corner, with a big plastic window front to see the figure inside, Star Dusk logo at the bottom. On the right side of the box, you have more logos. On the left side and on the back, you have some text here. I'm not going to read this whole thing out to you. You can pause it and read it if you want. It's just going to be like a minute of reading. So go ahead and check that out. This is Star Dusk. Wave 1 contains Reaper Division Legionnaire, Commander Alder, and Dread Ops Legionnaire. There's a QR code, logo, and at the bottom, all the legal stuff. Ages 8+, interesting, let's check it out. So I got my enabler knife, always open from the bottom, cut away. All right, so from what I can see through the box, the red paint here, it's got like this sparkly glitter. That's probably the thing I'm most excited to check out. Let's see. All right, this is a 1/12 scale figure. And if I lay it down, it is approximately, oh, it's pretty much right at 6 inches. Maybe more with the helmet on, but let's take a look at, okay, let's start with the look of the figure and the finish, okay? It's got the unmasked head. The man's wearing some sort of mask. He's got some pale gray skin, some sort of alien, I believe. Nice detail here of some gear hanging down. Looks like vents on his armor, a couple of pouches on the belt. You always need pouches. More, what are these, grenades possibly? Tanks, sort of refills on his calf belt. Some more of the lovely red paint here that seems to be darker on his forearm. I don't know if it comes across on camera, but it is a little bit glittery and sparkly on here. Really lends to that space sci-fi feel when you get that. Just a slight touch of it in the red. It's pretty awesome. Also comes with this helmet, the same red finish, some details along the side. There's no weathering unless you want to weather it, but otherwise it's a nice clean look, and that fits nicely right onto the head. Ooh, that's a cool look. That's a very cool look. Since we have the helmet on, let's take a look at the articulation first. With the helmet, he can look down this much, and obviously he can look left and right. With the helmet off, the up-down isn't that much. Isn't a big deal to me. He's just a clunky armored character, so I don't need him to do crazy looks up and down. I guess you can make it look like that with his body, but let's check out the rest of the articulation on here. It's just that one movement on the neck, single rotation for the shoulder, no butterfly joints. I guess it might be difficult with all these clunky armor pieces, but again, it's the first time checking out something from this company, so I don't really know. There's no expectation here. I don't need a butterfly joint. This shoulder piece of the armor is cool because it's connected to the shoulder, so it'll turn as your arm turns. You can move it all the way around. But then since it's there, your arm only really goes as high as this piece will allow it. But there is a nice bicep swivel right here, and it's got a double jointed elbow, which you can see gets some pretty cool range there. And the arm can go in that far and again, can only go back as far as this shoulder piece allows it. Again, you have the double elbows here, and the wrist actually has the up-down, which is great for gun-wielding characters. He doesn't have any hand swaps, and I don't know if there are future plans for swappable accessories or modular parts for this character, if these hands even come out. We'll see. The double elbow is actually pretty good. It's got this crazy bend and gets you a lot of range in here. For the body articulation, we have a ball joint here for the upper diaphragm. He can twist really well in terms of moving forwards and backwards though. Let's take a look. Back is like this, forwards like this. It's very minimal. I think the biggest range of motion for that joint is the turning. There isn't any additional ab crunch. Again, I don't want to apply articulation from other lines to a brand new line. Like, that's not their intent to have it. That's not what it is meant to be. This is just to show you what you're getting in here. This is what we're working with for the leg and crotch area. There isn't another swivel here for the lower, but there is an upper thigh cut that you can get all the way around. Also a double jointed knee. Oh, all right, that's pretty sweet. This is the type of joint that just goes straight into the foot, so you can get it up like this, down, and this kind of rotation. Ankle-wise, isn't that much. The Reaper Division Legionnaire comes with 2 blasters. If you take a look here, the longer rifle is just over 4.5 inches long, and the shorter blaster is approximately 2 inches long. The blaster comes with a little peg here on this side. There is a peg hole on the back of the figure, so you can put it there if you like. Let's see, does the long rifle have it? Oh, the rifle has it too, which is probably a better look. All right, that's pretty sweet. So you can have that on his back while he's holding the smaller blaster. The blasters are just the gray plastic that it's molded in with some red and green details, which is pretty awesome. Foxforge on their IG showed some behind the scenes of the factory paint, which I thought is really cool because you don't see a lot of companies kind of showing that stuff. And personally, I like to see some behind the scenes things with toy making. It's really cool of them to show it off. Go follow them on socials for sure. All right. This holds into the C grip very nicely. It's a tight fit and it looks good. It's got the up down. And overall, oh my, okay, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. Now that he's got the helmet and the blasters on, he looks pretty awesome. Okay, that looks pretty sweet. Let's do some size comparisons. Okay, here we have the Reaper Division Legionnaire next to a Black Series Mandalorian and a Marvel Legends Doctor Strange. And here he is next to a Hasbro Fortnite Mancake and a Mezco Agent Gomez. My personal thoughts on this figure, pros and cons. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, that's always good to have. You get extra range for your character. The paint job, obviously, the red with the glittery sparkles on it, that kind of finish, that is a huge plus in my book. The helmet is a great sculpt, great looking character, and with regards to the paint and the helmet, the opposite of those is what I kind of not really feeling about this figure. The unmasked head itself, it's a little bit bland for me. It just got the gray skin under there, not much going on, which isn't a big deal because I'm probably gonna display it with the helmet on anyway. The weapons themselves, while they're a cool design and a cool sculpt, you do get the red and green details on it, but the rest of the gun looks very plain, I guess, and toyish, which is, it's a toy, I get it, but if the sacrifice for the paint from that is because of the paint job on the body, I'm cool with that, because you can always give this a nice wash, but I can't recreate this kind of effect on the red on my own at home. The ankle, I'd like to see a little bit more side to side. That's kind of been my thing lately, but otherwise, you can get him in some great fun action poses, holding both of these guns, holding one gun. I like that you can peg one on the back, and that gives it a whole completely different look. Maybe sometime down the line there's going to be weapons packs, hand packs that you can swap out and give different hand gestures for the character. But having gone in on this character completely blind, completely fresh, completely unbiased, this thing is actually a lot of fun to play with. If you check out FoxForge on IG, you can see there's a lot of different characters with different colors too, so they've got a whole story built out for this line, which I think will always prove helpful to building a new property and building a fan base for things. It appears you can get them on BBTS, some other retailers. Here in Canada, if you want to pre-order it, you can go to ecollectibles.ca and save 5% off of your order with the code toyingaround. Thank you to Joe over at FoxForge, and of course James over there as well, for sending over a copy of this, letting me get an early look, trusting me with this. Hopefully if you watch this video, hopefully you got some information to make an informed purchasing decision. I say go support a new independent toy maker making pretty awesome looking toys. Look at this. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, leave a comment on what you think about the toy, and stay tuned to the channel for more toy content. Thanks for watching. Keep toying around. Peace.